What is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back to another wonderful episode of The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, where we unbox, give my first reaction to all things pop culture. So when I see it, you see it. So if you like to see what I see, hit that like and subscribe button. Get notified when we have new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you're doing that, thank you so much. So we're going to kick off this week with a third-party Transformer, and I have not decided which way to go because I'm sad. I'm really sad. It's not about Transformers. It's the end of an era, folks. It is the end of an era. My Hero Academia, the last chapter finally came out on Shonen Jump, and it is over. It's all over. It's done. So I got my Izuku Midoriya shirt on, so just to kind of celebrate. But we're going to go with a Transformer today. I don't have any My Hero stuff to go with today. We're going to go with a Transformer thing today. But I'm trying to debate. Do I go with New Age and go with this Lucifer here? Or do I go with Magic Square and go with Triceratops, aka Slag, Slug, or Starscream? Which one? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think we'll go with the Triceratops. Well, I'm kind of in a dino mood since my last review was about a Dinobot. So let's go over to my lab and check out Slug, Slag, Slag, Slug, slippity, dippity doo. Let's do it. Yes, folks, here he is, Magic Square's third Dinobot, MS-B57 Triceratops, aka Slug or Slag. Is it Slag or Slug? I know many of y'all from the G1 way back in the day says it's Slag, but you know Hasbro changed that name due to Slag having a derogatory connotation about loose women. So here he is, regardless of what you want to call him. I've been loving Magic Square's Dinobots, the look of them, the very G1-esque look of these guys, and I can't wait to get into this. I mean, if you have not caught Grimlock's review, I have him up, and I also have Sludge's review up too as well. So it only makes sense to give them the third one here, and that is good old Slag. And of course, we still got Swoop and Snarl coming soon, so can't wait till Magic Square releases those. But here, let's move you guys out of the way for right now, because we're going to give the spotlight to our bro here, our T-Ceratops here. And here he is from the front to the side to the back with his stats and everything. Very big strength, not very high on intelligence and speed, but there, the side, all that good stuff. Magic Square makes some really good quality stuff. I love that we live in a world where we can have Legend Scale Dinobots and Legend Scale Transformers. Whether you're a Magic Square fan or a New Age fan, it's great that we live in a world where we can have both. But you know how it is. It's like the taste great, less filling wars. It's the it's just mano a mano. Some people love New Age, some people love Magic Square, but I love both. So we're gonna look at this one. We're gonna get it out of the box and get him onto my table right now. Folks, out of the box and onto my table, here he is, Triceratops from Magic Square. And again, just love the feel of the plastic that is Magic Square. It has that unique, different type of kind of nylon-y feel, which I just adore and I think is great. But let me just kind of snap these back on here. That's how he came. Basically, he comes with these horns off, and so you have to put those horns on. I have not played with this yet, but to put the horns on. But first impressions, I think he looks really good. I don't see any QC issues or anything like that right now, but we'll go over him in detail here in just a moment. But what you get in the package, you do get his sword right there. Then if you drop his sword, you can pick it back up and put it there. So there it is, sword made out of a nice hard plastic there. You also get his gun, his G-U-N-N. No, that's just G-U-1-N there. So there is his gun. You also get two hands here for open-handed, like kind of just posing if you want to do it with. And then his stat card, which comes with all Magic Square products, which I love, and then the instructions, which to me are totally useless. So I would encourage you, and I'll put a link down below to find someone that can transform them. I am not going to transform these guys on screen. Third-party ones are just not my forte on screen. This video would be 4 hours long if I did that, but I will transform him off screen into Dino mode and all that stuff. But I will put a link to the video that I use as reference to transform him, because there are people out there that can do it way better than me. As you know, if I had time, if I definitely took my time in reviewing these things, I probably can get the hang of transforming these over and over by memory. But like I said, this is first reaction and first impressions, and so far first impressions is really, really nice. I think he looks great. He feels good. The plastic feels really good. From a height standpoint, what you got with the Dinobot, you're looking at about 6 inches tall on him, so pretty good size for Magic Square. But just the overall look of him, there is the face, the red face with the blue eyes. I think it looks awesome, and you can kind of move that around too as well as you want to. But just looks really, really good. Then there's this right here where you can kind of put the Autobot logo if you want to. Toy Hacks probably will be coming out with some stickers for these guys, labels for these guys, but everything looks really good. The only painted plastic, there's paint right here, but you don't see any overspray. Everything is really molded well. This right here, the detail right back here, looks really, really good. Again, just very G1-esque feeling and looking here that you just can't beat on this Magic Square ones. Each one of those look so, so good. And so there's the front, the side, the back, the side, and the front. So most of my buddies that are getting both New Age and Magic Square, they're keeping the Magic Square ones in Dino mode and the New Age ones in Robot mode. So I tell you what, it'd be a hard decision for me as I go through these, and hopefully I can get the New Age ones. I had the New Age Grimlock at one time. I did get rid of him. I may get him again, because now that I found out they combine, I probably will get him again. So I'll get the New Age bots eventually, and we can do some more in-depth comparisons on these. But articulation wise, you do have articulation in the head, a little bit difficult to get to. You gotta kind of have to move the other thing around, but you do have the head articulation. Arm comes out like so. You also can come out like this. It's got a butterfly joint. You have more than a 90-degree bend right there, and then you do have a twisty. It's a little bit tight, just as you expect coming out of the factory. There with the arm, the waist, you do have rotation. You do have an ab crunch, an ab back right there, so you can do all sorts of crazy poses. And let's get these arms out of the way. Let's take a look at the legs. This little skirt right here, you got to kind of get popped up, but you can pop that leg up pretty good. You do have a 90-degree bend. You also do have the Jean-Claude that you can do, but everything's really, really nice. The tolerances are really good, and then the feet, you have the ankle tilt, and then the move up and back on that too as well, and you do have the swivel at the thigh on these legs too. So he does look gorgeous. Gorgeous, baby. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And so let's get his sword and his gun in his hands. Do you put his gun in his left or gun in his right, and then the sword in his left and the sword in his right? I don't care. But there you go. That's how he looks. So let's compare him to a few other bots for size comparison. We won't compare him to his Dinobot brothers because I like them in Dino mode. They're going to stay in Dino mode, and plus they're kind of difficult to transform. So we'll compare his Dino brothers when he's in Dino mode, but let's compare this to a few other robots. Okay, let's start comparing him with, first of all, Magic Square, and that's Magic Square's Light of Peace. Right there, you can kind of see from a height standpoint. Of course, the Dinobots are going to be bigger than Optimus Prime, but just want to show you the other Legends company that got its New Age, and this is a New Age Beachcomber. So you can see, New Age makes their car bots pretty tiny, but you can see how small Beachcomber is there. Two good old Slag, Slug, Triceratops there. Then you got, let's bring in a Core Class. This is Core Class Optimus, right so. Then we got Deluxe Class Beachcomber. And then we got a Voyager class Optimus Prime over here on the end. So that way y'all can see how he compares to all of these guys. And so that's what he looks like. He's going to compare. He's going to probably scale best with Magic Square. Maybe a little New Age on that, just depending. But definitely with Magic Square, he's going to kind of scale much better to that. But you know what? You get what you like. If you like New Age's Slug better than you do like Magic Square's, then go for it. If you like Transformers Legacy, Transformers Studios, go for it. You go with the ones that make you happy. But what we're going to do now is we are going to take some time and I'm going to go off camera and transform this baby and get him into Triceratops mode. Here he is in his dinosaur form. Good old Slug in his dinosaur form. And I'll tell you what, I have a love-hate relationship with this dinosaur form. First of all, transforming him was a pain in the patoots. Biggest part that was the pain is this part right here. One of the things is you got to make sure that you have this back plate pulled all the way up, or you're gonna have a hard time on that. So, but overall, I mean, I just really do like the G1 look of him. I think he looks great. Love the details here. And then some things that I don't like, there's a little bit of gappiness right here. I think they could have made that out a little bit more. And then you just got this stuff here, but it's not quite as like where you can see all the seams, kind of like the New Age like Grimlock I had before. But this as well down here, just that gap right here, it just doesn't look quite clean like the other guys. So for example, if we take this is the Brontosaurus, so you can still see a little bit, but it looks like it's a little bit cleaner than your Slug here. And Grimlock is cleanest of them all. I mean, you can't see, he just looks good. I mean, just looks really good. But get a little gappiness and stuff like that there, but overall still though, I dig this dinosaur mode, and I love my Dinobots in dinosaur mode. They have always been that kind of way for me. I may keep them in robot mode every now and then, but they're gonna probably stay in dino mode. He's about 7 inches right there from stem to stern, and then about 3.5 inches tall on that. So but overall, just a really nice spot. You do have articulation here in the arms. They also do go out, they do splay out too as well. This, you do have the articulation here too as well. And you do have back right there where you can kind of just kind of get that going if you want to, and as well as you'd have the turn, and then you do have the splits that you can do too as well. But that's it for articulation on this guy. And then of course the mouth, you do have the mouth that goes up and down and a little bit side to side too as well. But yeah, let's bring in his other brothers. That's the only ones I'm going to compare him to right now. I'm not going to compare him to any kind of like core or core deluxe or what am I trying to say, Voyager class. My Studio Series Dinobots are still in the box, so but there they are together. And so if we can kind of give them a kind of a side profile, you can kind of see right there, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good right there with together all those Dinobots. So good. Grimlock look great. Excuse me. And so but anyways, let's get back together. Let's talk through some of my final thoughts on Magic Square's Slug, or aka Triceratops. Welcome back to this side of the table where we talk about my final thoughts on Magic Square's Triceratops, aka Slug, aka Slag, however you want to call him. I honestly don't care what you call him. Just don't call him late for dinner. But here he is. I love him. I'm going to keep him into dino mode for right now. I think he looks great in Dino mode. But again, just a few minor things. Robot mode, really love him. I think he looks great in robot mode. Dino mode, I think he looks good too, but just some just polish that needs to be done. And it's a booger bear. This part right here is just the hardest part for me, at least for me, was to transform. And the main reason why is if you don't stretch out this plate part right here, if you don't make sure that moves completely to the front or back, then you're messed. And so did look at a review online, which I'll put a link to the review down below to help me with the transformation. But overall, just I'm digging these Magic Square ones. I know a lot of people are waiting for the repaints where it's kind of painted, but I do like this kind of feel and this look. You got to really see it in hand to truly appreciate the look of this Dinobot. You can't really see, pictures don't do it justice, videos don't really do it justice. Just having it in hand, the feel in the hand and everything like that, I think looks really, really great. So on a scale of good, bad, awesome, I think he's pretty awesome. Again, I love my Dinobots. I could do with a little bit more polish down here. But other than that, I think he looks awesome. And you can pick him up on Magic Square's website, Show Z store, in the States, TF Source, places like that. But definitely, I would pick him up overseas because you can get him a lot cheaper. But that's all I got to say about this. So tune in next time when we talk about something else good, bad, or awesome, and maybe consider becoming a member of the channel or a super thanks. All goes to help the channel. But y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now. Rawr.